Well, we are rolling.
Rolling.
Back from lunch, fed and watered. I tell you what, just as I went to the shop just now, just to go and get myself some lunch between episodes, I got very, very excited because I walked into the newsagent, and on the left they've got a big rack of newspapers, as most newsagents do. And the very first one I saw was Boris to serve time, and I was like, "Fuck me!" And then I looked a bit closer, and it's Boris Becker. I was like, "Oh,
yeah, the wrong Boris."
Wrong
clickbait.
Boris.
That's like physical clickbait.
That's it. But yeah, so that was the story of my lunch break. An elated high followed by a very swift crushing low.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? We all freshly leveled up our characters. Most of us
have.
Done a bit. I'll need some help.
That's all right.
Feeling sprightly.
I can tell you the monsters are all leveled up and ready for you guys as well.
I bet they are.
No, they're not allowed to level up. We're meant to be overpowered.
That's a terrible thing to call our new friends who are shambling along beside us.
Oh,
They've increased their shambling skills.
Yeah. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm finding, like, because we've just had, like, 2 episodes of, like, really intense gameplay. Like, you know, obviously thinking we were going to die and then surviving that and the relief. And then in the last episode, that was quite intense, but I think really warranted from everyone. Roleplay. You know, I'm feeling all kind of.
I need a sit down and a cup of tea to get over what we've just been through.
I mean, when you think about it, it's been a long time since your characters were out of immediate danger. Like, I think you started this jailbreak, I want to say episode 96, 97. So that's almost 10 episodes. Like obviously in podcast terms, that's like 2.5 months. In real world terms, like it's more than that. Because of the way that we record these.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys. I mean, with that said, you guys aren't out of the woods yet. You are still in the depths of the bone grinder. But, at least you're not fighting for your lives at this very second. So that's an improvement.
Yeah.
No, because we have been jumping from one bad thing to another, and at least now we've got the people we came to get. So hopefully there won't be anything else to distract Alwyn and.
Yeah, we are just beelining out of here.
Yeah, we've even got some extra people we weren't sent to rescue.
That's it. You've done a good, guys. You've done a good.
We did do a good.
But we're not out yet. I will abandon them as soon as danger appears.
Wouldn't expect any adherence. No.
Oh dear. Well, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm a GM for this game and for many others. And I'm joined by a group of very alive players, which we love. I'm joined by Stu.
Hi.
I'm joined by Neil.
Hello.
I'm joined by Darren.
I'm not on fire anymore.
Excellent.
Yay.
And I'm joined by Amy.
I'm feeling a bit sweaty.
Nice.
A bit sweaty and a bit wonky and a bit like a nugget, eh?
Wonky nuggets. Did it again.
Well, so yeah, obviously, the big news for you guys, which I mentioned shortly after we started the episode, and eagle-eared, is that a thing? Eagle-eared? It is now. Eagle-eared, bat-eared listeners who listened all the way through the end of last episode would have heard that after their ordeal in the Bone Grinder, I have deigned to allow the party to level up. We're all level 6.
Very generous. Yes.
So, with that in mind, does anybody want to talk about any of the new stuff they've got, or do we want to find it in gameplay?
Yeah, I want to say because I'm so happy to finally get it again. It's something I miss completely from first edition, and it's something I try and give every character it's why I play fighters a lot. Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Excellent.
On the downside, this does mean that liberating step is going to be far less of an option.
Well, that's always going to have to be the decision that Alwyn makes now. Do I go for that strike, or do I protect my friends?
That's it, and it'll be what's the best way to protect them? Bring down the bad guy, or
offer them some encouraging words, which I now have.
Yes, Amy is very excited to have her new feat, encouraging words. Those of you who are familiar with it will know that it is meant for the stamina subsystem, which we don't use. However, I have made a version of the feat that kind of uses temporary hit points rather than stamina to allow Amy to use that and make use of of Della's diplomatic ability.
Temporary hit points are such a double-edged sword, though, aren't they? I mean, they're great and useful, but the moment you drop out of combat, it can bring you down.
Not in second edition. In first, I know that was the case in first edition, because certainly when the barbarian used to rage, they'd gain hit points and then they'd lose that many hit points again. So if the barbarian took damage and then they came out their rage, they could kill themselves just by ending the rage. That's not a thing in second edition.
Is it not?
Temporary hit points are like a shield on top of your main hit points. So so imagine you have 10 temporary hit points. You take 9 points of damage. That leaves you with whatever regular hit points you had and 1 temporary hit point, and you can't recover to those temporary hit points. It's like it's a barrier rather than a.
I'm with you.
An increase.
When we level up, does our strength modifier go up?
It does not.
It does not.
Your strength, your ability scores only increase every 5 levels. So you guys had some boosts last level up.
Right. Okay.
And you'll get another set of boosts in at level 10.
Right.
Nice.
If we make it that far.
If we make it that far.
When we make it that far. We've got to level 6, we're now invincible.
Yeah, you are.
Totes.
You are. I'm eager to test this theory. It's great.
Yeah.
I am eager to test my new ability.
What have you got, Darren?
I got the 1-inch punch.
Very nice.
1-inch punch.
Yeah. So I can use all of my actions in one go, and it gives me extra dice rolls for damage.
Yeah. Assuming you hit, of course.
Assuming I hit, of course. And if I make it to level 18, I can use 6 additional dice rolls.
Yeah.
If I use all 3 actions.
Nice.
It's nasty. It also
one of
the things it leads on to. One of the things it leads on to is the 1mm punch feat, which means you can actually, when you use your 1-inch punch, you can actually sort of send someone flying across the room. It's great. Like on a crit, if they have to make a fortitude save, and if they critically fail it, you can knock them up to 30 feet across the room. That's great.
So good.
Amazing. Now all I need is some nunchucks.
That's it.
And a yellow jumpsuit.
That's it.
Get you nunchucks. We know a blacksmith.
You do know a blacksmith. I believe Norska actually said he had some last time you were there, but you opted to buy your guitars instead.
Yes.
Now we've got some money. Maybe I'll get an upgrade. But we need to get out of here first.
Yeah, we've got to get out of this place if it's the last thing we ever do.
That's it.
I hope it's not.
I hope it's not as well. I think we've got a good
failing
thing
to get out of this place will be the last thing we ever do.
All right. So with that in mind, folks. Actually, sorry. I just read. Do apologise. Just realised we haven't spoken to Neil. Neil, what was Otto got from his level up? Or are you still working on it?
I've no idea.
That's all right. We can talk about it another time.
I've added a few more points, but I don't really know.
There you go. Well, we can figure it out off air. That's absolutely fine. Because I am aware that I sprung that on you right before we were doing another record, and we're quite limited on time today. So yeah, that's you can blame me for your character not being fully ready. That's fine.
We can just edit out this conversation, can't we?
We could, but then it looks like I've ignored you entirely, which I don't want to do. So there we go.
Oh, the power I wield.
All right, okay. So then, folks, would you guys like to give us a little recap on where we find ourselves in the in a post-Inquisitor world?
In a room with some severely
shambling
traumatized
mutants.
Yeah, the poor
individuals.
shambling mutants.
And only one very hostile and captured enemy guard who knows the way out.
Well, he's not really hostile, is he? Oh, Kristian.
Well,
He's actually been very
now.
cooperative with this. I mean, partly out of fear, but
entirely out of fear.
yeah, he's also said,
Yes.
like, it's because he's a man of his word. And he did say he'd get us out, so...
But
he
he's,
did.
Maybe he's also given his word to the owner of the bone grinder that he will never let anyone escape. I would think that's quite likely as well. I imagine that's an oath you take as a guard. That you will never let anyone
It's
escape.
pretty much the one thing you have to do.
Yes.
He's not
Yeah,
doing it.
he has one job to do. And we've made him swear not to do it. Yeah.
Well, I think when he referred to the Inquisitor as that creep, I kind of think he's just there. He's being paid to do a job, and he's probably on minimum wage.
Can you imagine if your boss was like that as well?
He's probably like a
And I'll
G4
tell-
or Serco.
I'll tell you now, Amy, there are no unions in the Bone Grinder.
Maybe we should start a union for these people. Help them
Let's
overthrow
unionise the bone
the
grinder.
evil bosses and get them. Yeah.
Or at least get better paying conditions. At least get some childcare support.
They definitely need some healthcare.
And also, we're referring to that creep. Well, you might love your job, but you might still have a colleague who you despise.
Yes, I just don't get the impression that he's in it for the love or the because he believes in it. I think he's just like, yeah, he's there because it's a job. It pays.
Well, I don't trust him, and I will kill him as soon as he looks at me sideways.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you for that at all.
This I swear.
He's still a bad guy, but he's a cooperative bad guy.
As soon as we get out of the bone grinder, you should snap his neck.
No witnesses.
That would be
Well,
that
I
would be
might-
a
I
bad
might-
thing.
I might slap his ass.
I like to think that we're having this conversation right in front of him.
He's just there looking at you really awkwardly, like, guys, you do know I'm still standing here right here, don't you?
Yes.
I believe that's the point.
All right then, folks. So, bringing us back in then. Yeah, you guys have just left. You've just left the laboratory / torture chamber / interrogation room / whatever the fuck that place was. Behind you with your group of rescued individuals. Kristian leads the way back out of the double doors that you entered through, and you turn left, heading down the right-hand passageway that he was originally motioning you towards when you first came up here.
Alwyn Templeton said, "No, let's see what that screen was."
Well, we ended up with benefits for doing that. So
Got our money back.
Some
Ish.
of it. Some
Yes,
of
we
it.
did. We did. We didn't die.
Got as much back as we were getting, I think.
So, yeah, well, had to penalise you in some way for making a silly decision. No, I'm joking.
For not having spent it earlier.
There we go. All right. Yeah. So you follow. Kristian leads the way. You see he puts his head out. Head out the main double doors. Looks around for a second, motions for you all to follow. All right, looks like we're clear. This way.
Just a thought. All these shambling creatures that we are leading to safety. Do you think they might be full of money as well?
No.
And you say shambling creatures. Maybe we should use the term people.
Yes, these people that we let out the kid. Do you think they might be full of money too?
No.
Maybe we could open one.
No.
What do you mean open the dog?
It was just a thought. I collect bounties on people, so...
Don't make me use my attack of opportunity.
Probably good we don't draw attention to ourselves.
Yes. Going around shouting, these people might be full of money. That's not a good idea.
Let's move.
So Kristian sort of checks around the octagonal room with the staircase leading upwards. Looks like the coast is clear. All right, this way. Any motions for you all to follow?
Okay.
You do
I'll go. Yes.
As we're going along, I'm going to turn to him and say, Kristian, have you thought about what you're going to do after we leave?
Honestly, well, I can't go back to whatever I do. I'm going to have to probably gonna have to leave Whitefront. I think. I've got no family here.
No. Okay. But to say, you can always come with us and fight for right and do the right thing, and we can help keep you safe.
There could be some money in it too.
Why did you say that?
Well,
Make a diplomacy roll, Otto.
I said could.
Make a diplomacy roll.
Diplomacy is... Diplomacy... Is it a D20?
It's a D20 plus your diplomacy modifier.
18.
18. Maybe. How much you paying?
Oh, we don't pay. We plunder.
Well, you just said there was money in it, so...
Yes, there will be money. We've got plenty of money. We've picked up lots of money on the way, and without being on anyone's payroll. You're an employee here. That is why you think in those terms.
I think we can certainly find some people who'd be very interested in some of the knowledge that you have.
Knowledge is power.
Probably pay a good coin for it.
And keep you safe, so, that's maybe priority here.
Maybe. What kind of people are these people? Who are they?
Well, just people.
Heralds of Summer's return.
There we are. Those people.
Huh. So you're with them terrorists, okay.
Yes,
yeah,
you
you're
could be too.
Here.
Yeah, you could be. You could join us too.
They're not terrorists. They're just,
Well, freedom fighter terrorists. It's all perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
I mean, Lord Igorin says they've been plotting the death of Queen Elvana. They want to take her down to force Baba Yaga to return summon to the place.
And you've seen the type of people that your boss employs that we just murdered. Such charming, lovely, non-evil people.
He sort of looks around and he says, "Yeah, all right, you got a point." Maybe. I tell you what, if you can get me to these heralds, and if they're willing, maybe we can work something out. I mean, I don't know much. I'm just a beat guard, really. But if you say they can keep me safe, keep me hidden from, because I'm sure Igorin's gonna. Actually, he might think I've died with the rest, but yes, if they can keep me safe, or if better, they can find me a way out of the city, perhaps we can work something out.
Let's face it, you're not spoiled for choices here.
Yeah, I think we can all work something out.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to get out first.
Let's get out.
Yeah.
Let's get a move on.
I think that's very, very sensible. Come on, it's this way. He starts leading you down one of the tunnels on the right hand side.
On the right.
You're walking through this kind of stone tunnel. Once again, it's this sort of 10 foot by 10 foot square tunnel, perfectly sized for one of those cubes that you had previously encountered. And you're walking for no more than a minute as you're sort of stepping down the corridor, and you can see in front of you the corridor ends in a dead end. On the floor, there is sort of a 10-foot alcove where you can see there is a thick steel grate sort of set into the floor, and on the left-hand side, you see Kristian goes to a section of the wall. He finds what looks to be a loose brick, and he pulls it. And as he does so, you see a section of the wall slides open.
We would not have found that ourselves.
Well, you see Della just pull herself back from about to roll at the dead end.
She was there, ready to spring and stab. So, yeah, he says, and Kristian says, all right, so the secret exit to this place is through here. Like I said, I don't know. It's some kind of magical puzzle, some kind of magic lock. I don't know a solution to it. You'll need to figure it out for yourselves. But it's through here.
Yeah.
Yes, let's give it a go.
Now he tells us.
I'm excited for a magical puzzle.
We've got an expert magic person with us.
Also, just so you know, I did tell you before we went up here. I did tell you I didn't know how to open the door itself. Just knew where it was. I did tell you that.
You did. I remember. Don't worry. We're not going to get pissed. Well, I'm not going to get pissed off.
It must have slipped my mind. It must have slipped my mind.
Yeah, he did say. He did say.
If you say so.
Yes, I remember. He did tell us like there's a magical lock, but he doesn't know how to open it.
All right. So, assuming you step into the chamber beyond, you find yourselves in a small room, perhaps 20 feet across by about 15 feet deep. The wall on the far side is curved, and you can see that there is a tunnel leading deeper into the underground, which is covered by what looks to be a shimmering blue field. It looks almost as if it's made of ice or that kind of thing. And you can see in the center. Between yourselves and this door, you can see that there are 4 almost identical stone. I guess obelisks is the right word. They come up to about waist height, and they each have in them. There is a groove on the top that looks like it wants to accept an object of some description. And then in the center of the 4 of these, you can see that there is a 5th stone obelisk that has perched atop it. There look to be 4 metal statues, and an and you can make out that there is an inscription that has been chiseled onto the stone.
Ooh. What does it say?
Okay, so Della steps forward to investigate closer. Mm-hmm. You see, Della, as you get closer, the obelisks are the objects on top of the obelisks, they appear to be metal discs sort of attached to a stand, which ends in like a sort of bowl-shaped divot. If that makes sense. Not a divot. Yes, a divot. Yeah, as if you had a bowl and you've taken bowl bit out. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing words good today, guys. I apologise.
Me no word good.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that each of these 4 circles, one of them appears to be made of copper, one appears to be made of silver, one appears to be made of gold, and one appears to be made of platinum. And the inscription on the on the obelisk in front of you reads as follows. To find your way, you must navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars, whilst preying on a lucky comet to guide you home. The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The moon gleams softly in her pale radiance. To spy a comet is equal to 100 glances at the moon. And the last line reads, the stars come out before the moon rises.
Oh, I love a puzzle.
I'm glad you do.
Right,
So the
I've got
silver's
it.
the moon.
I've got right. We want an order, don't we? And it's moon, stars,
Stars
sun,
before.
comet.
The stars are before the moon.
No, comet first. Comet, moon. Comet, stars,
no,
moon.
Comet's worth 100 moons.
But the stars are before the moon.
Sorry, yes.
No,
stars.
a
stars,
comet is a
moon.
comet is 100th of a moon.
No, 100 moon.
100
A
comets.
comet is 100 moons.
Sorry, can we reread that specific part of the inscription again?
I can. I'll read the whole lot. To find your way, you must navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars, whilst preying on a lucky comet to guide you home. The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The moon gleams softly in her pale radiance. To spy a comet is equal to 100 glances at the moon. The stars come out before the moon rises.
So it goes...
And sorry, one last thing I will add. Although this is written in common, it's written in a very kind of archaic, almost dialect. You get the sense that at one point this probably rhymed, but as you're reading it and understanding it yourself, it no longer does.
So the comet is 100 moons,
Yes.
and the stars are before the moon,
Yes.
and the sun is before the stars. So stars,
No,
sun,
sun's worth more than the stars.
and placed before the
sun.
star.
Yes, because it's going in the opposite direction, so it starts highest to lowest.
If the sun is placed before the star,
Yes, then
Would you not
it's worth more than the stars. Yes. So it would be comet, sun, moon, stars.
But the stars are before the moon, and the sun is placed before the star. I don't know.
Well, that would make it sun, comet, star, moon.
So the moon is silver.
So we press the
The
silver
sun
one.
is platinum as being the greatest amount.
I'm revealing nothing.
So,
Until you present a solution, I'm revealing nothing.
So the line about the sun being placed before, could you, that whole bit?
Yeah. The sun is mighty in value, worth more, and placed before the stars.
Yeah, so the sun's got to be platinum,
Yeah.
because that's the one that's worth the
Unless
most.
the comet's worth more than the sun.
No, the comet
No.
is worth 100 moons, so it can't be, because that would...
So if it's worth 100 moons,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it must be gold.
Yeah,
Hang
so
on,
the comet is...
And
Isn't it a simple answer? Just we go platinum, gold, silver, copper.
No, so the star. Hang on. So the comet is 100 moons. So the moon is silver. So the comet is gold. The sun is platinum.
No, because there are only if the moon is silver and the comet is gold, then the moon is only 10 comets. So there's only
is it 10? Is it 10 gold?
A comet is 100 moons. So if a comet is gold, then a moon
must be
copper.
Is it 100 silver in 1 gold or?
It's 10 silver and gold.
10 silver and a gold.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So a comet has to be platinum then.
If the moon is silver, yes.
Well, the moon looks silver. It gleams.
But doesn't it say
platinum?
But didn't it say the sun is the highest value, the most valuable of all?
No, it says it's more valuable than the stars, and comes before the stars.
Mm.
So it doesn't say it's the most valuable. It just says it's more valuable than the stars.
And it doesn't necessarily mean the stars are the next most valuable thing after the sun.
No, I think the stars are copper.
Hmm.
I think, yes, comet is platinum, sun is gold, moon is silver, and stars are copper. And I think it's very simply platinum, gold, silver, copper.
I feel like that's too easy.
It sounds too simple, doesn't it?
But then I'm not very intelligent, so.
And, well, yes. Anyway, I'm quite wise. I like to think I'm wise.
By the sun.
But what if we've worked out the value for each of these things? The comet, the sun, the stars, the moon. And now, which order are they mentioned in this line of text?
We've got 4 coins, 4 obelisks, and then 1 in the middle.
5 obelisks.
Yeah, 4 obelisks around and 1 in the middle. The comet is the one that guides us.
You must navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars whilst preying on a lucky comet to guide you home.
Oh, hang on. There's 4 obelisks with the grooves in them, and then the 5th one has these discs. Is that right, Tom?
Sorry. So there are 4 obelisks with grooves in them, and one that has discs. Discs that look like they fit into the grooves on the obelisks.
Yeah. So then we move these into the thing.
I think we just go for it. Yeah. What do you think, Brother Amos? You've been awfully quiet there.
I'm still just trying to figure it out in my head.
So are these slots in the top of the obelisk? Are they like slots that if we drop the coins in, that's it? We only get one go at this.
So the moon is.
It's like a bowl shape. It's not a slot. It's a bowl shape.
Right.
And the objects on the central obelisk are like a hemisphere. They look like they would fit flush into these obelisks if you put them in.
Does the order we put the coins in matter? Do they just have to be the right coins in the right place?
It's a good question.
So the moon is silver and the comet is platinum. Yeah.
And the sun is gold.
Hang on.
So
comet's platinum.
Yeah, and then the moon is silver.
Yes.
Because of
sun
the colour.
is gold.
So why is sun gold?
Because the sun is golden, and also it's worth more and placed before the stars. So I think. Do you know what I think? I think, Brother Amos, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I don't think it's so much. We're perhaps overthinking which one is which, and I think yes, it works out that way. Because the sun is golden, that's gold, and because the moon is silver, it's silver. I think yes, you're right. Yes. I think it needs to be placed in the right order according to the inscription. So we place the gold one first.
Yeah.
And then
the moon.
Then the copper. The sun is mighty in value, worth more, and placed before the stars.
And then the moon, and then the comet.
Yes.
And where do the wonky nuggets go?
They hopefully go back to the hideout of the Heralds of Summer's Return.
So, as you're having this discussion, those of you who are perhaps a bit nearer the door, you notice again, sort of in these crystalline ley lines that run through the hallway. You notice they once again start to pulse with a soft light.
Oh God, we've got a bloody.
Let's go. Right, so star is
Pork pie
copper, moon is
jelly thing
silver, sun is
Kind of
gold,
as-
comet's platinum.
So kind of as you see this pulsing start to happen, you see Kristian sort of looks in. He says, "All right, have you got any ideas?"
Yeah. I think yes. Go with Brother Amos, and yes, do it in the order according to the inscription. Yes.
Okay, so which tell me what you're doing.
Placing the so of the 4 obelisks, are they in a row?
Yes, they are in a row.
Right.
So
So the
stars first.
Starting with the one nearest us. No. Sun. Do gold for gold mighty value and placed before the
sorry.
stars. Yeah. Yeah. So the one nearest is gold,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
then
Copper.
then silver, then platinum.
You place each of these obelisks, each of these spheres into the obelisks. As you reach out with it in your hand, Alwyn, you feel almost like a force pulling pulling the object from your grasp. And as you hover it over each one, they are pulled from your grasp, and they land with a satisfying thunk into each obelisk. You place the gold, you place the copper, you place the silver, and last of all, you place the platinum. Is that the order you want them in?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And as the platinum sphere is pulled from your grip and lands with a satisfying click, there is you hear the humming of arcane power. Blue ley lines spread out from all of the obelisks along the floor, and they meet this this wall of icy force ahead of you, and you watch as it disappears, pulls open to reveal a tunnel ahead of you.
Yes, we done it.
Well done.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Come on, Kristian.
Right.
You first this time.
Come along, shambly people.
Yes, the shambling mutants.
So
another great
they're
band.
just people.
Or otherwise known as people, apparently.
So as you start shuffling these things out, Kristian sort of looks at you all and he says, "Wait a second. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Should I close this behind you?"
Ooh.
You mean you would stay here?
I
Could
would
we-
have to.
I really appreciate that. I don't think you should. I think you should come with us. If you
Yeah.
stayed, they'd end up killing you or torturing
we-
you first. And
Oh no. No. I think you've got to come. No man left behind and all that.
All right, if that's what you think. They're going to know as soon as anyone starts inspecting. They're going to know exactly where you've gone.
Could
Where
we
we've
blow
gone.
up the obelisks from behind the barrier somehow?
I mean, you could try it. I don't know nothing about magic. If you think you got the means to do that,
oh, yes, Otto, can you fire some sort of magic-y thing at the obelisks once we're through the doorway?
Yeah.
Nothing that would dislodge the coins from the bolts, no.
Well, just destroy them.
Maybe an electric arc? Would that...
you try it.
Worth a try.
I'll try an electric arc.
make sure we're all behind where the barrier would fall.
Yes, so let's all get the other side of the barrier, and I'll try an electric arc on 2 of the obelisks.
All right. Just roll a d20 for me, Neil.
11.
11, okay. And add your charisma to it.
My charisma is...
I feel like it's 3.
It's 4.
It's 4. Okay, fantastic. So you cast your electric arc for a total of 15. I'd say that's enough. You're not able to dislodge 2, but you certainly knock out one of the metal hemispheres, and as it clatters to the ground, this icy wall of force reappears over the doorway.
We better run.
Yes. I mean, they're still going to know we came through here because...
It'll make it really easy to solve the puzzle for anyone following us.
Yeah.
And they'll know that we've solved it.
That's the best we can do. We just need to get out of here.
No, that was a good effort. Well done. Yes, right, let's go.
Okay.
Running.
You descend down the tunnel, and you soon find yourselves heading deeper underground, and it's a tense, perhaps half an hour as you're descending deeper underground into whatever lies beneath White Throne. You all half expect at any moment to hear the sound of armored boots clattering up behind you, but nothing seems to pursue you for the time being. And after perhaps an hour of navigating these twisting, winding tunnels, you break out into an enormous underground cavern. And as your eyes adjust to the low light, you can still see that kind of hanging on the ceilings of this area there are cages containing crystals that are faintly glowing with a soft blue light, very, very eerie. And as your eyes adjust to this low light, you look around you and you see the ruins of buildings, all dotted all around the inside of this cavern. And yeah, what do you guys want to do?
This isn't what I had in mind. I was expecting... I thought we were heading towards daylight. Kristian, did you know about this?
I knew it. Like I said, I've never used that tunnel before. I knew it connected to the Undercity.
The Undercity.
What is the Undercity?
The Undercity. It's how much do you know about Irison's history?
Nothing.
All right, I'll give you the short version then. So, when Baba Yaga very first came to our world, and she created the land of Irison, she did it by basically conquering the folk who lived here before. And what she did when she founded White Throne is she literally built her capital on top of the old capital that used to be here. I don't remember what it was called. She built White Throne on top of their city, and she paved White Throne streets with the skulls of their dead.
Wow.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, aye.
Okay. Less of a fan suddenly.
Well, that's interesting. So this is an old city.
It's a very, very dangerous place. The Undercity. It stretches under most of White Throne. There's a number of different districts. They don't all connect together. And I know that certainly the southern sector, that's controlled a lot by the goblins. In the centre, there's some kind of impassable block of ice that separates a lot of the districts from each other, and a lot of the rest of it, it's there's stuff down here.
I think those rat peoply things that we fought with the heralds came up from the Undercity, didn't they?
They were ghouls, not rat things.
Ghouls.
The rat things, I think.
Ghoulies.
The rat things.
Yes. When we got hit in the ghoulies. Yes.
Do you think this is a good place to try and find somewhere to rest? Or should we keep pushing forward?
No, I think we keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Let's find a way up. How far below is the Undercity?
It's I couldn't tell you to be honest. I mean, you know how long we were walking down here. Obviously, that was lots of switchbacks and stuff. But honestly, I don't know.
Right, we need to just pick a direction, I suppose. I mean, I'm completely turned around.
I don't know.
I've lost all sense of direction.
Is there anything we can see that might be leading upwards from where we are?
Leading upwards from where you are. Let me think. I mean, without going into the individual buildings, it doesn't look like there's anything. There's certainly no ladder in the center of the street that you're currently stood on.
We should just keep going.
Are all the buildings sort of? Are they all touching the roof of this place, or?
Yes, it seems like they perhaps once would have been open to the sky, and then when White Throne was built, it seems like it was literally built on top of it. So you see that some of the roofs of these buildings have been crushed into the roof of the cavern, kind of thing.
It's kind of sad.
They would probably need to go in one of these buildings.
Yeah.
Go upstairs.
Yeah, see if there's a passage or something. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So immediately in front of you, you can see that from the section that you've entered into the city from. I've just realised what I'm imagining when I'm describing this to you. If you've played Skyrim and you've gone into Blackreach, the old dwarven settlement, like at the base of the world and stuff, that might be nothing to some of you.
No, never played it.
Blackreach.
So So you sort of look around you, and this section that you've entered from, you can see off to your left there is what looks to be the ruins of perhaps an old marketplace or a forum of some kind, and on the right you can see that there is what was once quite clearly a blacksmith shop. You can see that there is a rusty anvil out the front of it, and sort of dotted around. Other than that, you can see what would have once been residential dwellings of some kind.
I mean, we could totally barricade somewhere and have a rest, I think.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like this isn't a small space. This is a massive cavern. You can see that there are what would have once been sort of city streets leading off in at least 5 directions from where you're currently stood.
All right. Well, you sound very keen for a rest, and I must admit I could benefit from it.
I think we all could.
Yes.
I just don't think we're far enough away. I feel like we're still in the bone grinder.
Well, I've been walking for a good half an hour.
Yes, but that's how extensive this place is. I mean, maybe if we go into one of these buildings that reaches the roof of this cavern and at least go up to the top and see if there's a way through.
And if there isn't, then we can barricade ourselves in. And what's the chances of them finding us there in a random building?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One of the residential buildings, then. Yes.
Something a bit off the beaten path.
Something that reaches the roof of the cavern.
4th building to the right.
4th building to the right. Fantastic.
Just picking
And
that
you
at
open the
random.
door to a giant dragon. You all die.
You open the door and there is a mysteriously toothy wall in front of you. That beckons you to step inside. No, you sort of pick the fourth building on the right, and the door on this building is surprisingly still mostly intact. You see the wood itself. It would have once been sort of a thick oaken door that is. It's rotted away in parts. Certainly, whatever lock was here seems to have rusted away. As you're able to very gently push it open. But you step inside, and you're in what would have been probably once quite a spacious townhouse. You see there's a large fire pit in the centre of the chamber, obviously now long cold, around which is arrayed a number of sort of stone, a collection of stone and broken wooden benches and furniture and that sort of thing. And you see there is a rickety looking set of wooden stairs that leads up to a second floor of this building.
Della, would you mind helping me with something briefly?
Yeah? Well,
I'm trying to take Della just back outside the building to cover up any tracks that might be leading to the building and to shut the door behind us.
All right, okay. So, in that case, I will call that a survival check. So one of you can roll survival, the other can roll to assist.
I'll maybe assist you because
that's fine.
I'm not trained.
I am. I rolled a 20 for a total of 30.
What was Alwyn's roll?
8.
8. Alwyn is much more of a hindrance than everyone else.
Yeah.
Like in the process of trying to cover up these tracks, Alwyn ends up making more of a mess. That was a critical failure on the A check. However, with your natural 20 on survival there, Della, you see what Alwyn is doing, and you quickly tell him to stop.
Yes, please.
Happily, yes,
I'll sort this out.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
knew I'd picked the right person to help with this.
You do mostly by yourself there, Della. You do take some time retracing the steps that you've made, covering them over with fresh dust, disturbing prints where they've been left, and generally trying to do so in such a way that it is not obvious. And you feel very satisfied that nobody would be able to immediately just walk along and follow exactly where you've gone.
Yeah. For those of you with keen of eye, you would have realised I didn't leave any prints in the first place.
There you go.
Well, there's quite a number of us, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't have noticed.
No. Not after that show. Oh.
So you enter into this residential building. Kristian, along with all the other people you have with you. These individuals who you've rescued, they go wherever you guide them, and they literally stand in a corner, seemingly waiting for further instruction or further something. You don't know.
Aww.
What do you guys want to do?
Right. Barricade the door, seal all the exits, have a sleep, take watches.
I want to go upstairs. I want to go up to the top to see how far it goes.
You go upstairs, Otto, and you find that this building would have once covered a total of 3 floors. So ground floor, first floor, second floor. And as you get to the second floor, you find that what would have once been the ceiling has basically been shattered by the rock above it. And you can see the top floor of this building is just covered in sort of rubble and broken wood and that kind of thing.
So, and if I wasn't a dwarf, I would have to duck. I would have to stoop so as not to scrape my head on the.
It's not quite that
roof of the
bad,
cliff.
but it's certainly not spacious.
So there's no way out upwards.
Not
from
upwards.
here.
There's not. There certainly doesn't appear to be.
I'll go back down again. There's no way out.
That's
good.
No way out. Upwards. We are trapped here.
We're in a bottleneck. We're kind of, if anything bad's coming, we'll know where it's coming from. Are there any windows or anything looking out onto the larger?
There are some windows. They're not quite. I mean, they're certainly not as grand as having glass or shutters or anything like that. They are close to being arrow slits, but not quite. They're a bit wider than arrow slits. And you find a number of these on each floor.
Right. I think we should. Somebody needs to keep lookout. I ought to go round, start healing people. And by the way, I now have continual recovery as a skill feat.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's what Alwyn's going to do. He's going to go around starting to do treat wounds on everyone.
What's your medicine bonus now, Alwyn?
13.
13. Okay, so it's almost impossible for you to crit fail.
If I do 15, a DC 15, which if I'm taking my time, I think I would do. Slow and steady wins the race kind of thing.
Sure. So just to avoid 1,000 dice rolls, assume for now that you have enough time to get everyone back to full fighting fit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also have
Sweet.
ward medic.
So you can treat a whole bunch of people at once.
2 people at once.
Very nice. So yeah, everybody pop yourself back to full hit points as you bed down for a much needed rest in this chamber.
It feels like months.
It has been months in real life.
I believe Clovis's wounded condition would go as well because of treat wounds.
Ooh,
Yes.
Do I still feel sweaty?
That is a very good point. So kind of just as you're all setting down to rest for the evening, I need fortitude saves again from Amos and from Della.
It's a bit warm in here. I rolled a 3.
Where's my
So that's a total of 12.
24?
24. Okay, Amos, as you settle down settle down to rest, you start to feel that sweating comes on very intensely, like a very intense fever, and then after a few minutes of sort of sitting and catching your breath, you feel it recede. Della, you also experience this sort of sweaty fever, fever-like illness, and for you, it doesn't go away. The fever progresses. You start to feel lightheaded. You feel woozy, and you actually start to feel a bit nauseous, Della. You are sickened 1.
Oh no!
I'm
does
assuming
that mean?
Della's going to tell Alwyn.
Yes. Well, I don't feel very well.
Right.
Do I have a temperature?
You do have a bit, assuming Alwyn checks you over, Della does have a bit of a temperature.
Right.
You can see she's shivering a little bit.
Can I do a medicine check to see if this is a plague?
You can roll that medicine check.
Oh, it's 18 on the die for a 31.
So easily, Alwyn. You've seen this before. In fact, your friend Arbusto Ramirez once suffered with this same affliction all the way back in the town of Heldren. Della is displaying the symptoms of filth fever.
Oh. Now the trouble is,
What does that mean?
You can't eat or drink. So
I
I can't
can't?
give you a potion. No.
Yeah, sickened means you can't willingly ingest anything, including potions.
Yeah, I don't feel like consuming anything.
Yeah, what I generally say with that, like, assuming you have time, you can kind of make yourself eat and drink enough to survive. But anything like a potion will take. It isn't possible to keep it down.
Yeah. See, I've got an antidote, but Owen will take Della over to a corner with a bucket and say, "If you can, get it out of your system."
Yeah.
That's best thing. Best thing for you. Better out than in.
Okay.
Okay. You see, Clovis also was suffering from this same sweating as you came into the room, but much like Amos, his fever breaks quite quickly.
Looks like I'm in for a long night then.
Gonna hand an antidote, a vial of antidote to Della. Like, look, take this as soon as you're able.
Ugh.
It's not going to taste very nice, but trust me, you'll feel so much better for it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And you are, and with that, you're resting from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's take watches.
Shotgun, not me.
Yeah, I'm not fussed about what order you're in. I'm not fussed about what order you're in. If you tell me you're taking watches, I'll assume we'll figure out whoever's on watch at whatever point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so you settle down for your rest. Very, very gratefully, I see. Like even this cold underground, stony ruin of a building, it provides a passing and welcome level of comfort, certainly compared to the prison cells in which you awoke previously. It's not a pleasant experience, but it is a safe one, certainly for the time being. And as you all eventually drift off to sleep, who am I going to do first? Alwyn. As you drift off to sleep, it's strange. You start floating in darkness for a while, as you normally do when you're sleeping, and after a little while, you don't know how long, you start to hear the sounds of laughter, of joyous, mirthful laughter. You hear the sounds of song. You hear dice being rolled. You hear drinking vessels clattering together, and your vision starts to clear, and you find yourself in what looks to be quite a packed tap room. You can see there is a roaring fire on one side. The smell of roasted meat drifts across your nostrils, and in the center of the room there's a long table, all filled with many people who are cavorting and drinking and swapping stories and all sorts of things. And at the head of the table, you see a human male, or appearing as a human male, very tall, very broad-shouldered, very chiseled jawline, athletic build, and a sort of swaffed hairstyle. You see, with a rapier at his side, an individual who you feel like you recognise, Alwyn. Even though you've never seen this individual before, you feel like you've known them most of your life. And as your vision clears and you see these individuals at this table, the individual at the head of the table looks at you. Alwyn Templeton. Glad he is to join us. The man of the hour is here, lads. Let's get the drinks in. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
I know who it is. I think I do anyway.
Tales
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by hooksounds.com and editing by Stu Jackson. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
I think I know who it is from that description. I'll keep my counsel.
Oh, what have we got ourselves in for?
Oh, interesting. But not being attacked. It's convivial.
Yet.
It's convivial. It's nice.
Not being attacked right now.
Yeah. We've got a safe house. We've got lookouts. We've got. Well, it is. It's safe-ish. We're healed.
Ish.
Well, most of us are better. Actually, thinking about it, antidote's actually not the thing for filth fever.
It would be the anti-plague instead.
It would be the anti-plague, yeah.
Either way, it's irrelevant because Della currently can't drink it.
No.
Turns my stomach.
But, yeah, anti-plague then. We'll get there. We will get there.
Well, we made it.
Yeah. We did.
That was surprising. I was sure we were going to lose at least one person.
I know. Yeah, I really thought Alwyn was done for. Really thought that.
Yeah, you had some you had some clutch healing, was I think what saved you. And obviously that massive crit on the Inquisitor totally changed what he was going to do.
Yeah.
Here we go. Good. Out of curiosity, how much healing did you guys have left, if any?
I have a couple of the smallest healing potions.
I've got out.
I have a few healing potions. I have a lesser and I think 4 minor.
Otto's been holding out on you all.
Yeah. I've got a couple of minor healing potions as well. But I've used my lay on hands and I've used my desperate prayer to get me another lay on hands in that day. So that was done. I got battle medicine, but I can only do battle medicine once an hour, is it?
It's once a day.
Once a day, you're immune. So, yeah.
Once per creature per day.
So kind of, once I'd done it on a person, that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are feats that allow you to do it more often. But they're
that's
high level.
Yeah, it feels like the most tapped out we've been.
Oh, we had to be strategic about it. Definitely. But yeah.
And you were on the ground for a bit as well, weren't you, for that part of that fight, or the earlier fight? I'm sure people got knocked down and back up again.
Yeah, you guys were doing the yo-yo act when you were in the earlier room.
Oh, yeah, further down. Yeah.
I tell you what, with that encounter with all the guardsmen, perhaps it's my fault for the way that I presented it to you. But honestly, what I expected you to do was, but basically, I expected you to kind of go charging up one tunnel, meet one group head on, and then effectively have two smaller encounters rather than one big one.
But that would have left the opportunity for them to come down the other way and back up and have us in a pincer movement.
Potentially, but it would have meant that you were fighting
the same
two groups of 4 people rather than one group of 8 people. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a big old fight.